Tensions continue to dock the Tri-partite alliance ahead of the party's national policy and elective conferences this year. The alliance partners COSATU and the SACP have called on President Jacob Zuma to step down, while the ANC has defended the president. We're now joined on the line by independent political analyst Protas Madlala. Mr. Madlala, thank you so much for joining us this evening. Now, the president was in the KZN and the SACP Secretary General President Zuma also addressed a Chris Hani Memorial in Durban, and they both spoke in the same tone. Is the centre holding at this point in time?
Yes, you're saying that they held rallies in different places, and so what is the question?
Yes, so they both spoke around factionalism. Does it seem like the alliance is still holding or not at this point in time?
It's certainly not holding, especially in KwaZulu-Natal, which we saw last year in August, resulting in quite a number of people losing their lives. So really it's not working, especially in this region.
Let's look at what the president said. He said, he again blamed foreign forces for the factionalism and some of the tensions within the ANC. Is his argument justifiable?
Well, he is the main architect for that. Since he ascended into presidency, the ANC has never been this divided since Polokwane. We have seen not only just divisions, we have also seen camps, and then recently we have seen the alliance falling apart. We have seen at his birthday that some key members of different alliance partners were not even there. And we are here, we see today in the same province, them holding the different rallies in different places. So I think these are all signs of it's not even factionalism, it's really divisions. I think factionalism, it's really much more positive than these divisions.
Now, on the other hand, we had Nzimande lashing out at what he says are people who want to capture the state using the ANC. Take us through that statement. Well, I think
it's a well-known story that there are concerns that there are certain corporate or big business that's sort of having a major influence on the selection or appointment of cabinet ministers, which is unheard of in the history of this country since 1994. So probably he was referring to that there is that faction, there's that strong company which is allegedly capturing the government. It's actually running the government. It's an invisible government, as it were, which people don't vote for, but yet it has got a tremendous influence on who is going to be in which position in the country.
Now, Mr. Madlala, campaigning has not officially kicked in yet, but we have seen some factions already declaring their preferred candidates. What do you make of this?
Again, never before. I mean, when we went to Polokwane, the conversation was between two people. Here, this time, every time we wake up, we hear of a new name. Probably this is a good sign of a democracy. But I know that, one candidate is being supported by the Women's League and the Youth League, especially in KwaZulu-Natal. The other candidate, who is the deputy president right now, is supported by COSATU and the Communist Party. Then we hear of some other names, or even some people we have not heard of, who we hear that are actually interested in the position of being president of the country. Never before has been the position this open and contested.
I know you've mentioned a few other names that have popped up in recent times, but the dominating names that we've seen is, of course, Nkosazana Zuma, as well as our Deputy President Cyril Ramaphosa. We've seen Nkosazana Zuma very vocal lately. She's speaking a lot more. Even on social media, she's very active. Whereas the Deputy President isn't as vocal, especially around the politics. What do you make of that?
I think the deputy president, I think he is wise, because officially the party has really closed the door on nomination. It has said, please stop it. And I think the other candidate, which is Zuma, I think also on a very, sort of like a public relations exercise. She's very visible, going around. I think wanting herself to be known and in various communities, even using church platforms. But I think the Deputy President has been very smart just to stick within the rules of the party, to respect the ruling of the party, to say no. The candidacy has not been opened yet. I think it's very wise for him. I think he will have reaped some positive points out of that ultimately.
Mr. Madlala, we'll have to leave it there. Thank you so much for your time. That was independent political analyst Protas Madlala.